everyone, welcome back. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you have your beverage of choice. Grab that seat and you suss out the vibes. Today you see the thumbnail, you see the title of this video, you know today I'm interested in doing a reading on JT, Saucy Santana, and Young Miami. So the reason why I'm interested in doing this reading is because there has been a lot going on lately with you know, Carisha, aka Young Miami, and her connection to P. Diddy. And if you don't know what's going on with P. Diddy, I will link to my past videos. I've done like three or four on him. My past videos that I've done on P. Diddy and the allegations that's been coming out about him. I would say the biggest thing you all probably have heard is the whole lawsuit that Cassie, his ex-girlfriend, issued against him during the New York. They extended like the time period for people who have faced like sexual assault or rape or something like that from previous years. They kind of like extended the statute of limitations, or at least opened it up for you know, certain period of time. The second reason why I'm interested in doing this reading is because recently there's been some chatter going on online that, you know, Saucy Santana and JT have recently unfollowed each other. And it has even been going on longer than that, that Young Miami and JT may have had something going on. And the two are really separated and falling out, especially with this whole thing with P. Diddy. So I thought it would be interesting to do this reading and kind of get a look into what's going on. So with all of that being said, because this is a intuitive reading, and yes, if you don't know what I mean by that, an intuitive reading, I am an intuitive reader. I use oracle cards, I use astrology, numerology, geomancy, intuitive hits, all of those things, you know, good spirit above, to kind of like tap in and see what messages I get in regards to these celebrities or individuals that I am doing readings on. So if tarot is something that disturbs you and your spirit, thank you for clicking, but now is your time to exit. I do not want to keep you here and further agitate you or encourage you to be in something that you probably shouldn't be and have you excuse yourself. Go left. With all of that being said, if you are heathens like me, or tarot, divination, all of those things does not bother you, you're into the astrology, or you're just here for the good old drama and gossip of it all, let's continue forward. Just make sure that you exercise your power of discernment, because I am not going to be giving you facts. These are my opinions. These are my interpretations, and interpretations are open to being wrong. So this is why I say it's intuitive readings. It's my interpretations. It is not, it's, you know, it's my opinion. It's not facts. So all statements made in this video are for entertainment purposes only. So all statements made in this video are alleged for entertainment purposes only. Do not take them as 100% fact. Just don't do that. At the end of the day, that onus will be on you, because I'm warning you. Okay. So with all of that being said, I think we can get into this reading. So just a quick catch up. It's been a minute since I've been doing this. Well, that I've posted a video for you all, but on the back end, I have been struggling with mic issues. Before that, I know you probably caught it in a couple of other videos where you would hear like a buzzing. Come to find out, it was something dealing with the camera that I was using. Previously, you would hear buzzing and like static and all this stuff that was going on with my previous mic. I'm thinking it's my mic, so then I got a new mic. As you can hear, I sound perfectly fine, but in my old mic, I was fine too. But come to find out, it has something to do with the camera, the phone that I was recording on. So I've kind of had to kick it old school, and now I'm using an old school DSLR camera. So you may see from now on, it'll be like cuts and splits in here, because it'll just stop recording. It'll just cut off and I have to like turn it back on. So that's been a little bit of an update that's been going on behind the scene production wise with me. So yeah, you would think it was Mercury retrograde around here or something, the way things are going. But I'm back and we're getting to posting these videos. I'm just going to be behind the curve a little bit on some of this. Oops, sorry, I cut my camera out, but let me go back to this. Like I said, I've been having issues with recording. Oh gosh. Okay, so just to kind of like get to the bottom of this and reiterate what I pulled so far. So I got the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Swords for JT. Mind you, the Nine of Cups is coming up in reverse. So to me, usually the Nine of Cups in the upright usually means like wishes being granted, wish fulfillment, dreams coming true, etc., etc. But with this coming up in reverse, to me it feels like something I wish didn't have to happen, something I wish I could have avoided, something I wish I didn't need to do, is what's coming up for me with the Nine of Cups. And I think it is a lot of like emotion wrapped in that as well, but it had to happen. And on top of that, with this coming in with the Ace of Swords, but it's coming up in the upright, makes me feel like it was a necessary action that needed to happen on her part in order for things to proceed forward. So yes, this has been it could have been like a tough ending or a tough beginning. It could have been something hard for her to do, but she needed to do it in order to kind of like get to the next step. So congrats to her. For Saucy Santana, I have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups in reverse. On top of that, I also have the Moon card, and that is the only thing that is coming up in the upright. So to me, this is a lot of emotional baggage. Mind you, the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, I read them as like mother-father energy, you know, very nurturing, very caring, very there for you, very romantic, very suave. But with them coming up reverse, it makes me feel like they are using those gifts, you know, usually being able to, you know, these people, the Queen and King of Cups is usually somebody who's able to influence your emotions for good. But with them coming up reverse, to me, it feels like emotional manipulation. Like, oh, you don't want to respond. You don't want to do this. I'm going to make you just feel bad until you kind of do what I want you to do. But with the Moon card here, it makes me feel like I don't think he has bad intentions. I don't think he, you know, wants the worst for JT, but it just feels like loyalty to a fault. Like, I don't care what other people do. Like, we were supposed to have been sticking together. Like, how you just dipping like that? How you leave us? How you, you know, join a camp with this person or whatever the case may be. Not saying that that's what happened, but like, I feel like that's kind of like the energy is giving. Mind you, we have the Nine of Pentacles here in the middle. So to me, I feel like there definitely is some money involved in this, but usually it makes me feel like because I have influenced, you know, not influenced, because I have been influenced and seen a lot of like Saucy Santana, JT, and Carisha's come up, you know, the city girls come up. I feel like money is always a big motivator for them. And I think getting money fast, getting it quick, fast, and on hurry, like, is always been a motivating factor for them. And so it doesn't surprise me that the Knight of Pentacles is coming up here for them. So it just feels like, yeah, money was supposed to be like, money was supposed to be the only thing we were all supposed to have been striving for, but you're doing something different, or you're going about this differently than what we wanted. We never went about trying to like get money in this kind of way. I thought it was, you know, we was getting to the bag, and you're not doing the behavior that I expected. Mind you, one of the underlying cards here is the Ten of Wands, but it is coming up in reverse. So to me, the Ten of Wands coming up in reverse, yes, there is something that needs to be let go. And to me, it just kind of feels like this separation between her and Saucy Santana, or this fight, this breakout that they are having right now. I feel like it was going to happen either way. Like, it karmically had to happen in order for them to kind of like grow up, in whatever sense that is. Let's see here. Let's get some more info. So let's get into this a bit more. Let's see if I get some more information. So you can let me know what JT has. The Nine of Cups and the Ace of Swords here. And get more inside. Ooh. There's a couple of cards that kind of fell out, but I'm going to put them back in the deck and see if they were meant to be. So we got to take note of this. I got to take note of this. We got Aunt Nancy, which deals with betrayal. And we also got Jumbie, mask. I seem like Jumbie comes up a lot when I'm doing celebrity readings with this deck. Okay, let's see here. Secrets being revealed. Ooh. Queen of Sheba. Okay, let's see. Saucy Santana. Okay, so I have a couple of cards that it pops out again. We have Katesh, Sacred Lust. We also have, what is this? Mama or Mangumbe Bang, Speak Up. And then we also have Ayazan Miracle. But they didn't fall out. They just flipped over in my hand. So we're going to shuffle this again and see what pops out. Okay, so this time, and again, his cards are coming up in reverse for Saucy Santana. So we have Nana Beluga, Seasons. And then we have Mambalambe, Self-Sabotage. Okay. I'm going to move these up here because I'm going to run out of space. Okay, so the card that flips over is Mbuya Nahande, Radical Rebirth. Okay, and the underlying energy here is scarcity. So getting to JT, I think that is getting straight to the point here. Yes, there has been some secrets being revealed. Maybe there's some true intentions that has been revealed about people. Maybe they have simply just outgrown each other because, again, they probably have had well, I won't say again because I don't think I've actually clarified this, but it feels like they have different ways, because it's more than one ways to skin a cat. I feel like it's more than one ways for someone to get famous. Everybody is going to take their own approach for something, and I think these two are realizing that they probably don't see quite eye to eye anymore on how they are going to proceed for or get to the bag. And so I think the secrets being revealed here with Queen of Sheba explains JT to the point, and I would not be surprised when I do the reading with Carisha. I would not be surprised if it's a thing here where she has always felt like the odd one out, and that Carisha and Mr. Brown, Saucy Santana, has always kind of like made her feel like the outsider, or like that she was the Katie and, the mean girl clique. Regina George and what's her name, Gretchen Wieners, was always doing their things, and they was treating her like the Katie in the group. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that kind of like helped their friendship fall apart. So then moving into Saucy Santana here, he has the self-sabotage and the seasons card. So to me, with the seasons and the self-sabotage card, so yes, the self-sabotage is explainable. I think there is some things here. Again, I keep getting the feeling of like being loyal to a fault. I think Saucy Santana is in connection or being friends or like sticking up for people, standing beside people that he probably shouldn't be, because he's loyal to a fault. I think like he's just like like, this person's been there for me, this person helped me, etc., etc. And it's like, okay, cool, fine, dandy, that's great that you're like that, but that person probably isn't. So you're aligning yourself with the wrong people. There's also a thing here, okay, with the seasons, it just makes me feel like what I was hearing, what I was getting was like 5 seconds of fame. Like, your time has come and went. And not saying like he won't ever have a comeback. I think it's time for him to kind of like step back for a minute. I think he's trying to force himself to be on the forefront, and I think maybe he's probably somebody better on the back end. Like, I think Saucy Santana would be like a good writer for some of these girls, these rap girls. I mean, hell, some of these rap boys. Like, I feel like he will be a person better in the back, but he's trying to be like on the forefront. And so then on top of that, the energy between them is radical rebirth. And remember, I got the Knight of Coins here. So yes, this does read like a lot of earthly energy, but the thing I'm also getting is that there is a struggle. There is something to overcome. There is different insights and input. These two are kind of like disagreeing on when it comes to making money at the end of the day. And I think it's kind of like, that's the one thing we do agree on. You want to do this, I want to do it this way. We both agree to disagree. It's kind of like what I'm getting. So, and I would be messed up if I did not mention that he has, what is this? This is 124 boils down to 6. 36 boils down to 9. So 9s is usually like coming over a trial. 1s is usually like new beginnings, but in this instance it feels like a halted beginning, a soul beginning. With the 6, yes, it explains it. There's work that needs to be done that you are doing. Usually when I see 6s, I think of that. And then of course here with the 5 here for Nahanda, it just, that of course makes sense. Usually 5 is the number of like conflict, struggle, hardship, generally when I'm reading numerology. Now y'all seen what wanted to flip over. Is that, yep, I'm gonna put that out there because I feel like that was gonna come out. Yep, leap of faith. It kind of gives me full energy. The covetous designs, again, just it's reiterating we have a different approach on what we want to do, and you don't agree. You didn't fall into line. The shared breath kind of gives me ace energy, or the, you know, number 1 energy here, where it's like starting over, doing something new. The immune system, because it looks like a shield for this deck, it feels like to me, it reads more like, it reads 2 ways to me: spiritual awakening and kind of like boundaries and protecting your peace. Now, the underlying card, I'm going to clear that up for you so you can see it really well, is misleading minds, okay? Is the underlying energy. So again, to me, it draws a conclusion that there is different thoughts being had. There are different conversations, different approaches that are wanting to be taken, and somebody is afraid that the other person is not being hive-minded with them and falling into line, essentially. It just kind of feels like you were supposed to be getting on a roller coaster with me. I don't care if you pass out. Like, this is just what we agreed on doing. And although I understand where the frustration would come in there, like we both agreed to do this and you backed out, that person has the right to be like, okay, I changed my mind. So yeah. So to me, it just seems like a simple thing of like, they kind of like outgrew each other. At the end of the day, that's kind of like what it's boiling down to me, as Saucy Santana and JT has simply just outgrown each other. And at this point, you know, although I'm not getting that it won't be a point in time where they will make up, I think just right now it's a point in time where they have to grow apart if they ever are to grow back together. So yeah, so let's see here what's going on with JT and Young Miami. So I'm gonna do a quick little shuffle here. This video is gonna be a cut mess, but whatever. So this time I'm gonna pull for Carisha first. Did I flip any cards over? No, that was just me. No. So what flipped over in my hand was the Magician. Now I'm debating if I should keep the first part of this where I started to read all three, because it's a pattern of the same cards coming up, but the Magician this time is coming up in the upright. I just want to note that I'm debating if I should put that part back in here, because if you see it, you obviously know what decision I made, but it's some of the same cards that's coming up for them. Okay. So look, some of the same cards are coming up here. Because previously when I did this, when I did all three, I got the Two of Swords as well. For those of y'all who like to hear the shuffle, look at that. Some of the same cards are steady coming out. Emotional manipulations. This just reads like, okay, so what it's really feeling like is that there is some codependency in a weird way. Well, not in a weird way when it comes to these two. It's understandable. It reads more like codependency. Toxic codependency. It's not like a helpful one. And the underlying card here is the Page of Swords in reverse. Let me clear it up on the camera for you all. So yeah, the Page of Swords in reverse. So yeah, to me it feels like a struggle, a struggle to understand or realize something with the Page of Swords being the underlying card. But I'm going to step it back. We're going to go into Carisha, aka Young Miami's cards here. So of course she has the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and to me, this is my own opinion influencing this reading. Like I hopefully this is what intuitively I'm getting as well, but to me it just feels like I'm going to make money by any means necessary. It's more like I have to make money. Not by any means necessary, but it's more like I have to make money. Like so here's what I will say, not trying to excuse Carisha's behavior, whether you agree with it or not. But I do understand it. I can sympathize with it. When financial security is a big thing for you, especially for somebody who has been financially insecure for a large portion of your life, like if you've never been poor, you've never known where your next meal, when your next meal is coming, when you have had to when you have had to do things or suffer through some kind of hardship in order to make coin, and you have to face yourself the next day, you have to look yourself in the mirror. I think that's something other people won't know or understand unless they've lived it. And although there is a large, I want to say there's a good portion of the world who has had to go through that, I think, you know, like most things, it has affected Carisha in a different way. That is a trauma for her. Like being financially insecure, having to go back to way things used to be is not where she wants to go. And that's kind of like what this Knight of Pentacles is looking like to me, coming up in reverse. She has been forcing, rushing, trying to make things happen where it needs to be. Maybe she's been doing a little plotting and planning to kind of like make her next move. And I don't mean plotting and planning as being like nefarious or anything, but you know, just kind of like taking the time to map shit out. And so with the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles coming up here in reverse, I totally understand it. I get it. The Two of Swords here is also coming up in reverse. So to me, usually the Two of Swords mean tough decisions. It's you got a tough choice. You rock and hard place. Choose one. I mean, it's not really saying one is better than the other, but it's what you can live with. It's kind of like what I get with the Two of Swords. And so here with the Wheel of Fortune, with it coming up in the upright, it feels like to me she probably has gotten some benefit, some payoff from it. But you know, the Wheel of Fortune turns. It's only so long it's going to stay up. Eventually that fortune, that wheel, that karma is going to have to turn. It's going to come back around. So be careful the decisions and the choices that you make, because it's going to come back around. So then here for JT, we have the Strength card, and it's coming up in the upright. To me, I'm gonna tell you right now, it really, I don't know if it's coming through on the cards for you all, but for me, intuitively, it just really feels like JT has, it makes me proud of her. It feels like she has really gone through like some spiritual upgrade, or maybe she's been going to counseling, or she's really been like self-reflecting, or she's just really been shedding the shackles, the shell of like, I really don't give a fuck. Like, this is what I want to do. I'm ready to move forward. This is who I am. Like, I am abnormal. I am creative. I am edgy. I am this like rocky black girl. I am this emo black girl or whatever. Like it really feels like she's been like shedding, trying to pull that stuff away. It just really feels like she's going through like evolution, an upgrade here, and it kind of is really showing in the cards here with the Strength card and the Magician coming up in the upright. The Magician usually means stuff dealing with like communication, alchemical process, making do with what you have, you know, actually creating and stepping out there, being artistic. The Strength card is like getting a hold of oneself, you know, pushing through those tough moments. Is also, you know, that Leo card, I'm ready to put myself out there. So it really feels like she's just kind of like coming out of her shell. And I love that for her. It's a metamorphosis. But here we go with the King of Cups here, again, in the middle, in reverse. So this could read, if we take it for our face value, this could read that Saucy Santana kind of has been the straw or the driving force in between them that's kind of had them separate. It could read that a man, emotionally manipulative man, has come in between them. It could read that there is again, emotional manipulation or some like emotional codependency, toxic codependency that's going on in between them. It could mean a lot of things. It's kind of like what I'm getting. It does feel like there's a lot of like an emotional driving force between these two, like not liking each other, whether it's coming from a person or whether it's a thing where over time there has been like a buildup of like transgressions that's going on. And because I feel like neither one of them has wanted to address it with each other, because it was like, well, it's just gonna get in the way of us making money or whatever, or like our harmony. Well, I'll just put it to the wayside, because at the end of the day, we here for this. So it kind of feels like that to me. There's been some emotional buildup that's been happening. So yeah. But let's see if I'm going to get more clarity here. Got me hiccuping in y'all ear. My bad. There we go with that Seasons card again. I love when 1,000,001 cards jump out. And then I have to like dive under my desk to get them. Okay, so this worthy card really wants to come out. And the Seasons card. It's funny that both her and Saucy Santana got the Seasons card, and they both got it in reverse. To me, it's feeling very like reflective, very like attracts like. There is a struggle here that she is having and forging forward. With a tat, is it a tet or a tete here? Worthiness, and then you have Nana here with the Seasons. Again, with the Seasons card, it just makes me feel like there's a time for everything. It's kind of going back to that Karma card. You know, there's a time and a place for everything. You know, what goes up must come down. You know, what's done in the dark must come to light. It feels very like karmic. With the Worthiness card here, it makes me feel like young Miami feels old. There is something she feels old. There is something that she feels she should have, she should achieve. And looking at the picture here on this card is, you know, it's somebody that's very commanding of what they have around them. Let's see here. She got segment, wounded healer. Now, again, this is interesting. Going back to the reading that I did between JT and Saucy Santana, I was getting that there was something like some kind of transgression, some kind of hurt that has happened in the past with them or something like that, or that may have happened recently. And in this one is coming up, she's a wounded healer. And remember, we also got something about truth being revealed in the deck in the pool that I got between her and Saucy Santana. So I wonder here, because the wounded healer is coming up, but it is coming up in reverse. I do have to note that. I wonder if there's something that she found out maybe Carisha, aka Young Miami, has said about her, has said or did about her. Or maybe there's something she is coming to realize, because again, we had the Nine of Cups in reverse. Again, there is something that she has come to realize about her friendship, her relationship, this formation that she has done or created with these people that she probably didn't want to face. She didn't kind of want to move on from, until it was like the last straw. See, look here, King of Cups, desire, and that seems to be like the overall thing that keeps coming up in this reading. A desire, a want, a need, a wish for things to kind of go one way, and it's not quite turning out that way. And this is 8. It's usually supposed to be something like where you're supposed to be reaping the benefits and rewards of what you have. That kind of goes back into Young Miami's energy here, where it's kind of like there's a position, there's a position, a net worth, some material thing that I deserve. I should have by now. Like I'm old. And mind you, the underlying card here is Mawalisa. It's giving kind of like 2 of Cups energy, but it reads cosmic power. But it gives me 2 of Cups energy, and 2 of Cups to me usually is something like a union, a partnership, a fruitful partnership or union. So I wonder if it's kind of like the City Girls has gone as far as they can together, and now it's time to move separately. Like it's just like, it's like the natural course. Like, of course this is going to happen. But let's see if we're going to get any additional cards here, any additional information, Spirit. Oop. Is there additional information, insight you can provide us, Spirit? Okay. Collective insight. So the gamble card, the dice wanted to pop out, but we'll see if it's actually going to happen. I'm getting shuffled one more time. Hold on. Okay, that's what wanted to come out. And the underlying card here is Primal Pulse. But we have the collective insight came first. What is this? Total freedom. We have watercourse way. Oh, there's a journey being had here. I think I said this feels karmic, also kind of like on a spiritual level. I think they're all being called to kind of like go their own way again, to if they want to grow. Not saying that they can never be friends again, or that things, whatever the underlying energy, the underlying reason or purpose for their separation can't bring them back together like later on, or they can't get over it later on down the road. To me right now, it just feels like spiritually it's being called for them to, y'all have to grow apart if you ever want to grow together. You two have to grow separately and become strong and independent and kind of know yourself better if you ever want to kind of like move forward in life. This watercourse way, there's some emotional growth and maturity that's probably happening here. There's a journey, as you can see here with the collective insight. To me, it's just it speaks to like introspection, the total freedom, breaking free of the group, breaking free of the chains, breaking free spiritually, moving forward, a leveling up. There's also a thing here of watercourse way that feels like a journey, a winding road, something that has to travel. And then leap of faith is, yes, it's going to be hard, it's going to be tough, it's going to be scary, but it needs to happen. So this just feels like a very karmic thing. I'm not getting essentially what was the reason, and it probably wasn't like a big falling out or defining reason why. I think they just got tired of each other. It could just simply be like, it reads kind of high schoolish, like, we're graduating, and you know, we were stuck together in high school being friends and saying we was best friends and going over each other's house because you know, our demons meshed. We helped each other get through high school, but now we're leveling up and we're going to college, so now it's time for us to go our separate ways. Like, you're going to college, you're going to trade school, you are hustling or doing whatever, maybe you're taking a leap year, whatever the case may be. Like, we've all have graduated to this point, and so now it's just time for us to move our separate ways. If I see you again, if we meet up, who knows? But that's just kind of like the energy I'm getting. That's what it feels like to me. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to go ahead and pull cards on, because, oh wow, this has already been like an hour I've been recording. But I am going to pull cards on Carisha, aka Young Miami, and Mr. Brown, Saucy Santana. I think it'll be interesting to see what's going on between them. So that way I've done the whole triangle. I've done the complete trio. Let's see. So I'm going to pull for Saucy Santana first this time. These two are what's coming up. Why is... Okay. This is interesting. I'm going to have to delve into that. Okay. Okay, so this is what flipped over for her. Okay, I'm going to really have to dig into this because at first glance, these cards don't seem right, but let's see. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm going to tell you, I feel like there's a secret these two are sharing. That's what I'm picking up on. There's a secret these two are sharing. I don't know what it is, but I feel like they're privy to a secret. And the cards underneath are not reading the best. So, okay, let's put this to the side. Let's focus because what I'm getting. And yes, I'm leaving it like that because the nine, something tells me that this Nine of Wands coming out with the moon. Okay, yes, there's a secret conflict that's going on, or there's a secret that's going to end up leading to a conflict. So that's why I'm leaving like that. Something tells me that that needs to stay where it is. But I'm going back to this. I hate to see this Magician in the reverse because it just makes me feel like manipulation. Half truths being told. It gives me kind of like parcel tongue. Somebody is not being above board and speaking their mind, saying what they need to. The Five of Swords here. Why would this come up for her in Saucy Santana? Because it seemed like those two... It feels like those two are closer to each other than either her or Saucy Santana are to JT. Or at least it seems like it. But with this Five of Swords coming up here, like this... The Five of Swords typically reads to me like there is conflicts, maybe some backstabbing. There's a hard... maybe I would say like subject to kind of like broach. And I feel like she's kind of losing it. with this Five of Swords here. Then we have the Nine of Swords, which is weird because it's kind of like in direct conflict with the Five of Swords to me, because the Nine of Swords, with it coming up in the upright, usually speaks to me of like there's a breakthrough that has happened. There's a choice that has been made, and you're moving forward with it. There's a light at the end that you can see at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, I'm just gonna read those off. This is not being completely clear to me why that's coming up. For Saucy Santana here, we have the Page of Wands, but it is coming up in the reverse. And usually to me, the Page of Wands, I think of somebody who, I'm sorry, Wands, fire signs. It just kind of reads, if you know tarot, you'll know why I'm apologizing. But, you know, the Page of Wands to me, the Wands card in general usually always read like there's always an underlying current here where it could be sexual deviancy going on. But the Page of Wands, again, there to me feels like somebody who is withholding kind of like information. It is somebody who is there's some bad advice being given, and this again is coming up. I've said this previously in this reading. It feels like Saucy Santana can be loyal to a fault. He feels like he will be the friend. Like you was, like he comes off, which is it kind of like is a weird dichotomy going on here. But it feels like he's a friend, even though you usually go to him because he usually speaks the truth. In this case, it feels like to me, he is the type of person who will give you the wrong advice or kind of tell you what you want to hear, or will give you the wrong advice because he feels like, not that's what you want, but maybe he perceives it as something that you wanted. So he's going to give you the wrong advice in order to make you feel comfortable. Like tell you what you want to hear in order to make you feel comfortable with the choices that you're making. You get what I'm saying? I hope that's coming across clear. That's kind of what we're getting with the Page of Wands. And then we have the Two of Wands here. And this one is coming up in the upright. So again, twos usually speak to like decisions being made, choices, you know, take that beaten path. Are you going up? Are you going down, left or right? And to me, I feel like, again, what I was saying earlier, it feels like I'm going to give you the bad advice you need in order to kind of like get over that hump. What do you need to hear in order to feel comfortable with your choices or to sleep at night? I'm here for you, whatever. Which can be good in some instances, but if it's leading somebody to their own detriment, not the best thing. And then Ace of Pentacles. Are we surprised again? Money, 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 money. Okay. Allegedly. What I'm getting here across the board, remember the first thing I said was that I feel like there's a secret that these two know about or are in on about a conflict, or know a secret that could lead to a conflict. I'm starting to wonder if it stems from some kind of advice or choice that was made. Like he gave her advice about it, helped her see her way through. She regrets the choice. She doesn't like it, but he doesn't really know. Kind of like the deets of it, or maybe she hasn't come all the way clear about it. And that's kind of like what she's remorseful about. But, you know, he don't know any better. He's just being loyal to a fault. You know, he's not being told the entire story. And so I'm wondering if that's what's coming up here. That's what I'm getting that's what I'm picturing in my mind's eye. Like, I don't know if any of you all have ever watched Players Club, but it kind of feels like, it kind of gives me Players Club energy. Yeah, it's kind of giving me Players Club energy. Take from that what you will. That's what I'm getting. And on top of that, the reason why I'm saying I feel like there's a secret these two are sharing that could lead to a conflict, or is about a conflict, is because of the Nine of Wands here. And it's, you know, it's coming up in the sideways. So they usually need something that's blocked, something that's preventing anything from coming up. And then I got the Moon card and it was upright and it kind of landed like that. To me, it just feels like, okay, there's something, because it's in the upright. I think they're in the know about. They realize it, they see it, but for whatever reason, they're like playing it close to the chest, because either they don't want no smoke, it could lead to a whole bunch of bull crap, or it's, you know, hey, this happened, but it can't get out to nobody because it's just gonna blow up in our face kind of thing. And so I'm wondering if this was coming up here. Now, mind you, and I'm gonna move these up so you can see. Okay, so I just move these up. Now I'm gonna show you the underlying cards I got. So we have the Five of Pentacles and the upright. This is usually somebody. So the Five of Pentacles, I think of it as like the out in the cold card, kind of like the beggar's card. I'm looking for help card, and my prayers have been answered because it's coming up in the upright. Then we also have another five here, but it's the Five of Wands, and it's coming up in reverse. So again, speaking to that conflict, there's something here. Oh, I thought my prayers was answered. Oh, maybe it's not quite what I wanted or what I thought it was going to be. Like, this was too, I knew it was too good to be true, but I didn't know until I got into it. This involves another person because we have the Three of Cups here. And it definitely involves another person because there's a Knight of Wands. It's coming up in the reverse. Mind you, the Justice card is also coming up, as well as the King of Swords. Can you see that? So there's definitely some other people involved in this, but those are the underlying cards. So I'm wondering if the conflict or the secret that they had was something that they thought they was going to do together and was going to help clear up some stuff, and it quite didn't work out the way that they wanted. Ooh, that was a bad shuffle. Let's see. Let's do this again. Okay. When I tell you this card is trying to come out again, but this time it's coming out in the upright, look, we need a different card now. We're not about to. And guess what else flipped over? Let me clear that up for you so you can see it. You see that says grief, Allah, or Ayla. And she do have the Five of Swords here. Okay, so before I read the card that flipped over, you remember it was a while ago that Carisha was on Twitter, and she was kind of like, a lot of people was concerned because she was like leaving these cryptic messages, like she was going through a mental breakdown, or at least she did. I think she did say she was going through something and she needed a moment. Keep that in mind. I feel like that has something to do with this. But the card that flipped over was Medusa, Rage. There's something she can't be mad about. Or she feel like she can't be mad about. She can't step out a line about it. She can't exact the retribution that she wants. Baby, this Seasons card is going to figure out a way to come up in this reading. He got both the Seasons and the Alchemy card, Queen Nefertiti and Nana Beluga, coming up in the reverse here. Again, something that they wanted to have happen or to work out, and it didn't quite work in their favor. They thought they was going to take the shortcut. It feels very much like fool's gold to me. Too good to be true. Intuition. The Moon, the Intuition card come out here. Somebody didn't trust their intuition. And again, the other card that wanted to come out, the Cosmic Power, the what is her name? Mawalisa. So this tried to come up with her and JT earlier. But it's coming up now for the in-between energies. It wanted to fall out. So I think that's pretty interesting. Take of that. Make of it what you will. I find that pretty fascinating. And look, all for the search of liberation with the Queen Mother Nani coming up here. Some scarcity mindsets is what I'm getting. Also notice on intuition, there is a child involved in this. And I know Carisha, aka Young Miami, is the mother. So I wonder if this is something to deal with her kids. Like, I wonder if this is something dealing with her kids. Mind you, she do have Medusa. This is number 23, which boils down to 5. Again, that grief, that struggle, that hardship to get over. He has the Queen Nefertiti, which is 38, which boils down to 11, which again is boiled down to 2. So again, the wrong choice, some action being taken. Somewhere I went wrong with the Seasons card here. Some new start or something that I want, some schemes, some deviation, some counsel that we provided or I provided, and it has not worked out in our favor. The intuition card with Queen Nandi is 35, which boils down to 8, right? Yeah, which boils down to 8. So again, usually 8s read to me of kind of like reaping your rewards, or reads of retribution, things being owed, things finding their home, balancing out. So with the 8s coming up here and it's coming up in reverse, again, something that did not work out in your favor. What were these two? I'm just getting like these two were plotting something and it didn't quite work out. Let's see here. Spiral time. Here go that breaking chains. Break every chain. Total freedom. I'm doing a lot of movie references. So this is one movie I have not watched. So if I'm using this incorrectly, please let me know. But what is giving? So if you all have ever heard her Set It Off, so the only thing I know about it is that it's 4 female friends. They went to rob a bank or something, or a drug dealer, and like 3 out of the 4 girls died. So that's what it's giving. That's what I'm getting. And I don't even know if that was the right reference to make, because I haven't even seen that movie, but it's what came. We also have a lot of shadow cards here. Remember we got that Justice card earlier, you guys? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? That Justice card came up at the bottom of the deck. How many cards down did it come? What is that? 5 cards down? 5 cards down. 5. Struggle. A hurdle. Hardships. Battle. 5. It's the 5th card. Justice. And it's coming up in reverse. Take of that what you will. I'm going to let y'all all read between the lines. And we get into not worthy. Earlier, she got something about worthiness when we was doing that reading between her and JT. She got a card in the African Goddess Rising, this deck here, saying worthiness. But now here is coming up not worthy. Unseating anxiety. Shadowy eyes, anyone? Something did not work out. And I don't know if JT was in on it and she cut bail when she probably should have or shouldn't have, and that's why them two got it out for her. Or if it's like, girl, you wasn't roped in with this with us, and you are a liability. I don't know, but that's what it's giving. Yeah, we decided to try this out. We decided to go these separate ways. We tried to do this, and it did, you know, yeah. Now we're struggling on how to get out of it, how to make this work. The era of shadows, sorry, not era of shadows. The unseating anxiety also can alludes to me of things of like, yes, anxiety, but kind of like dark thoughts, depression, maybe suppression going on. Shadow of spirit makes me feel like there is, again, some karmic debt that is being owed, or that is being asked to be paid, that is being asked to be evened out. If you are someone who does, well, in most magic, if you're somebody who does brujeria, if you're someone who does hoodoo, if you do, what's another one that believe in that? Wiccans too, you know, whatever you put out there is going to come back towards you times 3. If you do any bad, you have to, there's going to be some, if you do any bad, it's going to come back to you. It's things that have to be balanced out. You can't just take and not replace. You get what I'm saying? Like it's a void that you're leaving. And that's kind of like what that is bringing up for me. The spiral time speaks just to what we were saying here. There was an action that was taken, and it's spun out of control. I don't know how else to book that. It's spun out of control. And then what's another card that is coming up at the bottom of the deck that was out earlier? Collective insight. Yeah, I don't know what Young Miami and Saucy Santana then got themselves into. The JT, right now it looks like, at least with this reading, she was fortunately able to step away from, shed her skin up, but it does not look like it has worked out for the best for them. And only time can tell. I don't know exactly what this is alluding to. Like, I have my suspicions, but I'm gonna let you all draw your own conclusions. So with that, let me know what you think about this reading down in the comment section below. Let me know if there's something that I pointed out in this reading that you feel you could put some context to, because I'm here for all the details and the gossip. With that being said, give this video a thumbs up if you would like to see more videos like this. And if you happen to like this video, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see the next time I upload. And with that, everyone, I wish you a great day or night. Many blessings to you, and I will see you all in the next video.